I get down.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Calm down. Calm down. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. All right. Listen. Tonight we will be playing Arc Raiders, obviously. As you can see from the title, but also we will be live reacting to some things. As of now, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Not really sure what, but we'll be playing Arc Raiders. Let's check my scene. Yeah. Now, I was playing a little bit off stream, and I lost a bunch of shit. Terribly sad about that. Let's let's do a little bit of live reacting. I want to see what's going on with YouTube. See that? Okay, there we go.
The new shared watch event is live, and I've accidentally turned it into a matriarch reactor farm. I obtained every single one of these matriarch reactors and completed the brand new shared watch event in a
Hold on, y'all probably can't see this, but I can.
single night. And doing it is actually pretty easy. Destroying Arc, damaging Arc, or even assisting in destroying Arc will give you points towards your event pass. This means if you go to the store and buy a hull cracker, upgrade it to level 4, and get 4 stacks of ammo, loading into matriarch raids is going to complete the event for you in basically no time at all. Since the event is PvE themed, a lot of people are just being friendly and helping take down the big bosses. And make sure that you're ready with a snap hook or a zip line to get in there to get your parts as quickly as possible without dying. Also, don't forget that the matriarch raids are active for 3-hour blocks.
I have no idea what he's on about, you know? Guys, I came on here hungry. I don't mean for content, I mean for food. Let's see what Peanut doing.
I don't understand. Wait, guys, are all these connected? I need one more. Fuck, now I need more combat.
30 seconds.
More?
Yes.
What the heck?
Yes. Follow me one.
Just no way.
Okay.
Welcome aboard.
Peanut playing Subnautica. That's what a joke. She was so bored with her creators in Rust. All right.
On July
What
9th,
happens? My bad. What? Hold on. Hold on. New Chris Hansen episode. Let's check that out. This is Chris Hansen versus Bad Lieutenant Takedown. Actually, hold on, y'all. Hold on. One thing I need to do is been on 5 minutes. Let's make sure I can see the chat. Just in case. Hold on. 1 second. Excuse me. All right. Check this Chris Hansen shit out. You want to see what's going on with Chris Hansen? This video is from True Blue Streaming Network. It's Chris Hansen, first Bad Lieutenant. This is from his new show, Takedown. This is season 18 of 8, episode 8. Let's see what we got going on here.
Coming up on Takedown with Chris Hansen.
Oh. Got my ears in. All right.
Holy cow.
In Harford County, Maryland, this man arrived.
Stop, turn around.
Who he is leaves us all stunned.
Escorting the president, escorting dignitaries from other countries. We're out here trying to catch these guys. Then one of our own is that guy.
Because rather than making an arrest, he's the one being arrested.
Want to take your glasses off?
No, I'm good.
Okay. You're smiling. You think it's funny?
No, I don't. I'm just not going to answer any questions. Thank you.
You're going to listen to me. I'm sorry, those cuffs uncomfortable?
I'm fine.
You're a long way from fine.
You're a long way from fine. What are you talking about? My dude probably like, nigga, I work for the CIA. I'm not losing my job. And he's talking to me. I guarantee you. This motherfucker that old that was smile at is this still Predators or yeah, shot check? Nah, fuck it. We'll do it live. Every free episode on YouTube, there are many more episodes on our streaming service. Please consider. I want you to go on the website. The comments say Chris Hansen was so mad at this guy that he posted a free episode. All right.
I hope you're enjoying this free full episode of Takedown on our YouTube channel. But there's something you need to know. There are literally hundreds of new episodes either in production or on our streaming channel right now, uncensored, all on WatchTrueBlue.com. Use the code YouTube26 to watch all of the episodes for $2.50 or
$2.50 a year?
Or for an annual subscription, use YouTube Year for $20 off.
Oh, $2.56 a month. Oh, chat. I might gotta. Chat, let me just check and see how much this shit is a year. Hold on. Hold on. Let me just check. Was it True Blue? TrueBlue.com? $5 a month? 50 a year. What he just said? He said like $2.50.
YouTube 26 to watch all of the episodes for $2.50 or for an annual subscription, use YouTube Year for $20 off. Also,
if I use YouTube Year, I can get $2.50 a month. That ain't bad. Or $30 a year. I don't know if I'll pay for a year of this shit. I just probably want to watch the Chris Hansen shit. I just think I got two. Yeah, a couple of toes. Come on. I mean, look. Might be worth it, y'all. Hold on. You got a couple shows. Dangerous Game. Got one season. Takedown, 19 seasons. Chris Hansen live Q&As. I don't give a shit. If you don't go on Reddit with that bullshit. Hey. Yeah, I don't know. That might not be a bad deal, chat.
And this is very important. Hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you on True. I'm back in Harford County, Maryland, with Sheriff Jeffrey Gaylor and his team for their latest investigation into crimes against children. Before I arrive, detectives are busy online chatting with men looking for sex with underage girls and boys.
Yuck. Fuck me up.
One detective, Chris Sargent, posing as a 15-year-old boy, has played the long game, exchanging more than 3,800 text messages with one man over 31 days, Matthew. And who Matthew is will leave you floored. Detective, you've been chatting with this.
Let me tell y'all something. Look, I think what this highlight right here, excuse me. What this is highlighting right here, just like behind the scenes shit, like a lot of cops you'll see like on like smaller predator catchers. Well, let me just start by saying this. Chris Hansen is not a predator catcher. He's not. He's a journalist. What he does is document the process. Okay. So from his old shows back in the day, we used to get the messages between the decoy and the catch, right? And, you know, they would also be reenacted by him. And then we would see him like walking, he would have the sting house and walk in there. Well, all of that was put on by the police department. I don't know as much as, I think maybe after a few seasons of that show, eventually Chris Hansen himself started working with the decoys, but even then the event is put on by the decoys. And so Chris Hansen is working with the police in that nature where there's an ICAC unit and these decoys, right? A decoy group. We're all doing it legally. Okay, but Chris Hansen never facilitated any of this. He didn't pay any decoys. He never paid anybody. All he did was just be there with a camera and do some content. Okay. Now, here's what's going on nowadays. You have vigilante groups who often have their own decoy groups. You know, they're doing this all on their own. They're completely vigilantes. They're not participating with police in the sense of they are part of an ICAC unit. They're just a group of people who, for whatever reason, decide to do this. Okay. Now, I'm not saying for whatever reason, like in a bad way. Obviously, it's a good thing what they're doing. But what I mean is they may not be doing it just for a job. They usually, for the most part, most of the successful people doing it do it because they have a true passion for it. I'd be willing to mention some of the names of the people that I actually watch and follow. DAP, That's Against Predators. I like them. I know a lot of people hate them for their tactics, but I enjoy their content because it is entertaining. As far as like, you know, some of the negative things that maybe like other people may have to say about them, like them not calling the cops or what they actually do during their stings. I don't care. Honestly, in fact, it's more entertaining when I see what happens in their stings. I like it. Because as I think we all can agree, there is no cure for what's going on with the people that they catch. Anyways, Dads Against Predators, Gideon, right? I love Gideon. And I appreciate his approach. I really do because well, let me continue. Skeeter Jean, because I want to mention these guys in the same vein. I know one has been doing it longer than the other and is maybe even a little more established than the other. But here's the thing. I feel like these two guys made prey catching, they do it in a very honorable way, in a way that's entertaining, but also is not dismissive of. I don't know how to say it, but they are very good at what they do. It's a very it's very journalistic in that Chris Hansen way, and it's also very entertaining in a way where, yeah, obviously, they are making content, but also at the end of the day, somebody's got to go to jail, right? And that's what I love about their content, is that it's entertaining, it's fun, okay, even though it's such a dark negative subject, but also at the end of it, you get the good feeling of knowing this person will suffer consequences for this encounter, and that's a good thing. There's also man, I feel so bad I can't remember her name, because I probably seen her before I seen Scooter Jean and Gideon. But there's a girl who also has a channel, and she does prayer catches. She was, I mean, I haven't kept up with her, but she was doing them on her own. But she's often a decoy, and you can also see her featured in some of Scooter Jean. She's in a lot. A lot of these guys collab together in one form or another. You got Colorado Pet Patrol. Love his content. He's a great guy. Protecting kids. Eric from CPI. I hope I'm getting that right. I'm just doing this all off the top of the head. There was this Mexican kid that would wear a mask. I haven't caught up with him. I want to say his name was like Ghost. Anyway, all of this is Chris. These is all Chris Hansen's kids.
This guy, Matthew, for 3 weeks now?
Since March 13th, so it's actually a month and a day.
And he himself is in law enforcement.
He is. 23-year veteran.
23 years. And where is he a law enforcement officer?
DC Metro Police.
DC Metro Police.
Mm-hmm.
That takes on a whole different significance here, doesn't it?
I would agree.
That's crazy. This guy's a cop. He's a cop and a goddamn predator. Shit.
I mean, here you are operating this sting, trying to be proactive to prevent crimes against children, child exploitation.
Mm-hmm.
And in the course of this, a man surfaces who's a DC cop.
Correct.
And what does he do for the DC Metro Police?
Well, he tells me that he's a lieutenant with the DC Police, which, through selfies that he's taken, that appears correct based on the uniform and things like that.
Goddamn lieutenant.
In charge of doing special operations, which for him involves escorting the president.
Escorting the president.
Right. Escorting the president, escorting dignitaries from other countries, including Netanyahu, who he mentioned that. He sent me a photo of that. Also, the dignitaries from Ireland.
Chat. So you mean to tell me this guy's a cop escorting dignitaries, the president, Netanyahu? Come on now. I don't want to say it. I already look crazy. I'm a nigga with look like this. Do I got to spell it out for you? Huh? What the hell?
One around St. Patrick's Day, we're here in Japan. He mentioned escorting them. So he is in charge of their motor unit, which leads the details as far as street closures and things like that.
No, I'm not saying if you go out, all right. You got a group of guys, y'all go out, or girl. Y'all go out, and because they want to go to the macaroni club or macaroni bar or whatever, they want to go to a Chinese buffet. that now everybody is Chinese. Like, everybody like Chinese food. But what I will say is, if you go to a Chinese buffet enough, eventually you probably will develop an appetite for that shit. Well, this dude escorting these people to do terrible things, and now he also want to do it? Or could it be that he on that particular detail because he has a proclivity for those type of things? And he's taking them where he loved to go. You know what I mean? I ain't never been rock climbing before, but if I was gonna go, I would first find somebody that loved to do it. You know what I mean? I don't know.
And so they coordinate with the Secret Service.
I would imagine so. Yeah, I haven't asked him too many specific questions.
Right, because you're supposed to be a 50.
How do this type of shit slip through like background checks? They're not watching him at all. He got a security clearance. If he's dealing with the president and other dignitaries, he has a security clearance. So you tell me he has no handler, nobody watching him at all? They just gave him a clearance and stopped looking at him? That's crazy.
15-year-old boy.
15-year-old boy, right.
The thousands of text messages are graphic, but also very detailed about what Matthew wants to do with the 15-year-old boy.
He definitely
10-year-old boy. I'm not going to make no comments about sexuality. But what I will say is, for this man to be in whatever position he is, they're dealing with a 15-year-old boy, is scary. Scary. To be in law enforcement and be digging on 15-year-old boys, scary.
definitely has an interest in anything that involves my persona. He wants to know about my soccer games that I tell him that I'm involved in. He asks about school, homework, studies. He's very big into.
This nigga should be raising his own kids or grandkids at this point. I'm just saying.
Travel. He's offered to plan travels for us to Europe. He likes going to Europe, specifically Italy. So there have been many in-depth conversations, almost relationship-like. He's well aware that I'm 15, well aware that I'm in high school. He's asked plenty of questions about, what I want to do in the future. He says that he himself is planning on moving to Italy once he retires. Told me there's some good schools there.
Man, how do these cops do this shit, man? I mean, like, how do you... I know it's their job, but how do you deal with sick fucks like that on a day in and day out basis and like still live your life? Like, this shit would make me like, if I had to be like this decoy or a decoy, that shit would make me kind of numb. I'd probably, you know what I mean? I mean, this shit is just so disgusting.
Over there, things of that nature. So he is really setting him what he believes
Just think about this. This old man is sending him snapshots from the love below. You gotta see that shit. It's like, I would fucking suck. I don't know how much did you get paid? You know what I mean? Like, how much would you be paid to, like, that's your job? We was looking at rather random junk pictures on a day-to-day basis. I don't know.
I think he's setting himself up for a future type relationship.
The Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Lieutenant is very clear that he's looking for underage prey.
He posted older, 46, he was at the time, looking for younger in Maryland. The post continues saying, older bear chub guy in Maryland looking for younger to get to know. Would love to find a long-term thing, but whatever really. Love Latino guys, but anyone is welcome.
So when he says bear, he's talking about bear-cub relationship.
Correct.
Is the terminology.
Yep, for very older.
Right. He wants a relationship with a younger male.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Hansen, when he was saying bear, I didn't know what they were talking about. Okay? I didn't know what they were talking about. How the hell did you know that, Chris?
Correct.
So he's looking.
He's looking.
This nigga's in too deep, man. Somebody got to pull him out of this shit. Oh, he don't work for MSNBC no more. He needs some friends. You'll be fucked. He in too deep. This nigga know all the lingo. No, all the lingo.
And I replied.
And you replied. And how did he react when you told him you were only 15 years old?
He didn't seem to have much of a problem with it. He said something to the effect of, he's an adult, he has a lot to lose, I'm just a child, so I won't get in any trouble. And at that point, it's pretty obvious that he's well aware of what he's doing. He's contemplating it. He's mulling it around in his mind.
He's setting it up.
Continued to talk. And, there was sexual conversation before that. And then there was continued sexual conversation after that. It was almost as if he was trying to get around a mental block.
So he's grooming.
Absolutely.
Promising all kinds of things, feigning to be concerned about the child's education, about his sporting activities, and then using the allure of international travel, taking the child perhaps to Italy.
Correct.
What kind of a human being does that to a child?
Pretty disgusting one. Yeah. And the issue that a lot of us in my unit have talked about and struggled with to some extent is that this puts a real tarnish on this occupation. When, like you mentioned, we're out here trying to catch these guys, and he's turning around and one of our own is that guy. That's concerning.
But he's no longer one of your own.
Absolutely not. No, he made that very evident through these chats that this is one that we need to weed out, and that's what we're doing.
How graphic does he get? Now, I'm sure there are a lot of graphic things, but give me a sense so we understand.
He likes to talk about his fantasies. It helps him fall asleep. He explains that on various things. One of his
What? He likes to talk about his fantasies that helps him fall asleep. In what way? Give us an example, man. What you talking about?
favorites that he talks about is where my persona would be laying on top of him, giving him oral sex, and he is using his hands and playing with my genitalia and my anus. That's the one that he likes to bring up the most. Apparently it helps him fall asleep thinking about that. He's gotten to the point where he really enjoys the pictures that I send him, which are just pictures of an age-regressed face of myself. Now, I have an older guy's body, so we use one of our decoys who has taken some photos. He very much likes photos of our cadet's stomach. Nothing obscure.
Send this nigga nudes? I don't think he was supposed to do that. Wait a minute. Y'all see this nigga? Two different niggas? Chat. Tell me this. Y'all Google this. Is that entrapment? I understand what this nigga doing us. No, it's like predators, but legally, you can't just be the police sending out nude pictures, even if they fake. I mean, first of all, that's crazy and disgusting. I would say the crime has been committed once the age has been mentioned and they start asking for nudes. That's a crime. That should be a crime. What would that crime be? Let me know in the comments. Tell me what that crime is in your state. That sounds like a crime. You already have knowledge of a young minor, and then you continue to be sexual with him. It's gotta be like carnal knowledge, or I don't fucking know. Y'all tell me.
About it, nothing
But also, the police should not be sending nudes. That's crazy.
more than you would see at the beach. But he really likes that, and
That's his jam.
that is his jam. He likes it. He has sent me photos of what that does to him, which would include he sent me pictures of his erect penis. He sent me pictures of his shorts, telling me that the pictures that I sent him have ruined his shorts, and then he's holding a substance between his fingers, which I either interpret as being pre-ejaculate or actual ejaculate. I'm not sure.
Jesus Christ.
He has sent me photographs
So I'm
when
saying
he
that
is
shit.
in his
And you supposed to, like, this is your normal work day, and then you supposed to go home and fuck your wife? Oh, fuck you. God. You just forget about all this at 4 o'clock? That's not possible. Come on now. Some sick ass shit, man.
his office at work. He sent
Sent photos from his office
Correct.
at the Washington, D.C. Metro Police Department. And what is he doing in his office at the
He
police
has a
department?
pull-out couch in his office that he says is for when he has long days at work. He sent me photographs of him laying on that couch with it pulled out in bed form, partially clothed.
And he's lying on this couch
Yeah.
in his office.
I would love to be able to lay down at work. What's this guy do for? He's the police. He got to lay down on the couch in his damn office. What kind of police officers, nigga? They work that much that they can lay down during the shift? My bad, child. I'm trying to figure out how can I spend this into my job? You got to work doubles or something to get a couch in your office? I don't have an office. I don't even have a work area of my own in my job, but I'm trying to think, how can I work it? I'll work some extra hours if I can get my own little baby apartment and I'll be. I mean, just imagine you don't got to pay rent. You could just live at your job, right? I don't like the army, but if it ain't, you know what I mean? Just imagine a place willing to pay you like $35 an hour. You allowed to stay there whenever you want. Eat, sleep, wash your ass. Get as much overtime. Man, that shit sounds amazing. I'll save so much motherfucking money. Anyways, all right.
In the police department in the nation's capital.
Correct.
And he's sending this knowingly to someone he thinks is 15 years old.
Correct.
As a lawman, how do you react to that?
Disgusting. It's disgusting. One of the things that I thought was exceptionally telling of him is he asked when my birthday was, knowing that I'm 15. So I kind of saw where he was going with it. I didn't want him playing the waiting game for 16, which is our age of consent in Maryland. So I told him it was in February. And he told me that he was disappointed that it was that far away. And I said, well, why? What do you mean? He said, well, 16 is the age of consent. And then we wouldn't have to worry about some of these things.
After
It's crazy. So this pedophile is grooming this young man. And he wanted to hear like a November, October or something. I don't know what month it is in the show. That's just this year. Yeah. Anyways.
After weeks of Detective Sergeant and DC Metro Police Lieutenant Maul exchanging messages, it's time to meet.
He says, I asked him earlier, I said, what are you up to? He said, nothing, wrapping up a few things and getting ready. I said, yay. less than an hour and I'm out of here. He says, are you excited? I said, I sure am. How about you? He says, I am. I said, I love that it's really pretty out. And he says, yes, it is. On his way.
He's on his way. And how far is his residence in Maryland to here?
Hour and a half.
Hour and a half. So he's moving. He's driving.
Yeah.
Detective Sergeant shows me a photo of Lieutenant Mall, who is supposed to be on his way. Lieutenant M. Mall.
Wow.
And again, you know, like I say every time I speak to a parents group,
Crazy.
they don't look like a predator. They don't stand out of a crowd.
Correct.
Holy.
It's the thing that I'm thinking. How confident is this guy to just send a picture in his work uniform, bro? That's wild. Like, you would think you would have some shame about yourself. You would, if anything, lie about your job and hide who you are.
Cow. Because Matthew Mall is an active law enforcement officer, we all know he could be armed. And that makes this situation potentially volatile.
We're probably going to be utilizing our SWAT team members that we did last time.
Yeah.
So we'll probably have them in here to do it. So we have a lot of technology in place. We're going to be doing a lot of surveillance on this. So we'll know as much as we can before the person gets here.
Right.
But if the opportunity presents itself before him getting here,
Right.
we're going to seize it.
There's his most recent, so he's definitely, that's
Yeah,
15
definitely.
minutes.
The lieutenant is on his way. The Harford County Sheriff's Office is now tracking his movements by ground and by air.
All right, looks like he is probably on 24 or right at the exit.
Mall pulls into a nearby convenience store.
He's walking back again.
Yes, it's here.
He just looked down at his phone to read the message.
All right, Mike, he's on the move again.
He's watching this nigga on drones right now, y'all. So think about that. You're going out to commit crimes, police is using drones for sure. I'm just saying. I'm not an advocate of crime, but I'm just saying, just think about that. And always remember, my number one thing, if you're going out to commit a crime, do one crime at a time. Seriously. I don't care what you're going to do, even if, listen, driving without a license is one crime. So if you're going to do anything else, you can't do that. Get a driver. Okay. Get a driver or walk, but just never commit more than one crime at a time, bro.
And then drives around the neighborhood of our sting house. We closely watch his every move.
He's right there. We're here.
Does he have the address yet?
Yes.
Yes.
You should go right. Keep going right.
The small traffic circle.
Mike, I told him
He veered
to
it
go
back.
right that he's jumping in the shower, and I left the door unlocked on the patio. Told him he can come in.
This is where he's going. All right, go down.
Stop! Get your hands up! Get them up! Sir, do me a favor. Open your driver door. Keep your hands up after you do so.
Hands up, all the way up. Start walking back. Towards us, towards us. Walk towards us. All the way up, all the way up. Stop, stop, turn around.
They take him.
Yeah, he's in a car stop. Yeah, it's back behind that building there. He's complying.
Tuck in, tuck in, tuck in.
Do you bring any weapons with you tonight? Nothing on you? Nothing shoved anywhere?
With the lieutenant now on the wrong side of the law and in handcuffs, he's escorted into the sting house.
Matt, have a seat right here for me, would you?
Just imagine being escorted into a sting house. seem like I don't know. Without the police, this would be very illegal. That'd be kidnapping or something. Give me 1 second, y'all. My bad. I'm back. I'm back. Hold on. Let's get back into it.
And to come face to face with me.
How you doing?
Hi.
Do I take your glasses off or?
No, I'm good.
Okay. What's your name?
Matt.
Matt. And what's your last name?
Just Matt.
Matt. Okay. Matt, what happened today? How did you get in this situation?
I'm not sure.
Well, tell me as best you can what led up to your arrest.
No, thank you.
You're smiling. You think it's funny?
No, I don't. I'm just not going to answer any questions. Thank you.
You're not. Well, I have a lot of questions.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask them.
Okay.
And then you can determine which ones you want to answer.
I'm not going to answer any questions.
Well, I'm going to ask them, though. Let's start off, Matt, by what you do for a living. Lieutenant?
Again, I'm not going to answer any
Lieutenant
questions until
Wall
I
with
speak
the
to a lawyer.
Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police Department.
Again, I'm not going to answer any questions until I speak to a lawyer.
What did you mean when you told someone who said he was 15 about the monster at the end of the Happy Trail?
Again.
Sir, turn back around.
Are you one of the deputies? So I'm not going to answer any questions.
Okay, well,
until I have a lawyer.
Listen to this. Here's what happened today, Matt. You gave up your reasonable expectation for privacy when you chatted for more than a month with someone who told you they're 15 years old.
I'm not going to answer any questions.
Fine.
Until I speak to an attorney.
But you're gonna listen to me because you don't have a choice in this. Do you understand? You gave up your reasonable expectation for privacy when you groomed someone who.
I'll just say this: whatever this is right here feels very illegal. Chris Hansen is not a cop. He's not a detective. He doesn't work in law enforcement at all. He's a goddamn journalist. He can't force this man to say anything to him. And it seems like he is. And as much as I hate pedophiles, I just as much love our rights as Americans. And I feel like he's being violated. I mean, the man already said he's not going to talk without a lawyer. Chris Hansen, you can't force him because at that point, what is that? Coercion, kidnapping. I mean,
who told you he was 15?
Take him to jail.
You talked about having sex with him. You
take him to jail. That's it. That's it. I don't mean to get all like public defendery, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't violate the man's rights. Wrong or right, he has his rights. He's innocent until proven guilty. Now, we could all assume he's definitely guilty, but the fact of the matter is he still has certain rights, and his rights are to not have to say anything incriminating. You don't have to say shit. He can remain silent, okay?
You sent him pictures of your erect penis. You sent him pictures from your office at the Metropolitan Washington, D.C. Police Department. Right? On your couch. Your fold-out couch at your office. As a lieutenant.
Now I feel like Chris Hansen, you missed the mark. You supposed to have boom, boom, hit that shit, Chris Hansen. Don't be a bitch. You can get emotional. And you were let's see what he regretted. You started to pretend and he ain't do it. You should have locked in on that.
You sent him pictures of your erect penis. You sent him pictures from your office at the Metropolitan Washington, D.C. Police Department. Right? On your couch. Your fold-out couch at your office. As a lieutenant.
Lieutenant. That's a lieutenant. Hold on, y'all. Hey. Hold on. Oh, yeah, he should have slapped his hand down. He's right. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Some pepper on my dish. All right. Put my ears in. Oh, hello. Camera. All right.
With the Metro PD. You proud of yourself?
I'm not going to answer any questions.
Are you proud of yourself?
Attorney.
Okay.
He just caught him.
Your fold-out couch at your office. As a lieutenant. With the Metro PD. You proud of yourself?
I'm not going to answer any questions.
Are you proud of yourself?
Attorney.
Okay. So that leads me to another question, Lieutenant. Have you ever done this before?
Like I said, I'm not answering any questions. Shall I speak to an attorney?
Let me tell you this. I said that before about the legality of the situation. Of course, Chris Hansen is not law enforcement. So it don't matter that this man is saying, I'm not going to talk without an attorney. But I would say with the police involvement, this is extending the length of his detainment or something like that. Okay. I would say there is something legally going on that should not be happening. If he's been detained by the police are truly working with Chris Hansen. Okay. There's no way that they're allowed to detain him, then have a civilian, you know what I'm saying? A civilian then interview him, speaking about the legalities of the case at hand. That's crazy. That don't even sound right. If that was true, then every prosecutor would dress up in a Batman costume and just go, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. You can't do that.
You asked about the boys' soccer games.
I'm not answering any questions till I can speak to an attorney.
You talked about traveling, future plans with the boy, maybe.
I was about to say, check me to jail. Because you're already violating so much. Again, I'm not here to defend no pedophile. But just imagine this was about anything else. Some weed, some liquor. Just imagine you on a DUI stop and then suddenly Chris Hansen pop out. So you like to drive drunk, huh? You'd be like, what the fuck is what is this? You know, like I'm just trying to just give me my ticket or whatever is going to happen. Anytime you dealing with the police, you just want whatever's going to happen so you can move on with it, right? Most of us, decent people in the world, we make a mistake. We want to move on from that. You're not trying to be in that moment forever. This is taking longer than it.
Taking him to Italy. You say something to the effect of, I've got much more to lose. I'm an adult. How old are you?
I'm not answering any questions till I can speak to an attorney.
You just turned 47, didn't you? You had a birthday during this big, long chat. For a month.
This nigga asked him how old he is just to be like, you're 47. We already know.
Within a day, you chatted with a boy who told you,
yo, take me to jail, fam. What is we doing? Police. You got me in handcuffs. Take me to jail. This is kidnapping.
He was 15. And you're a sworn law enforcement officer in the nation's capital, doing liaison work with the Secret Service, guarding foreign dignitaries. You told the boy you recently were involved in security for the Israeli president, Netanyahu. Did you meet the Israeli leader?
I'm sorry, I'm not answering any questions till I can speak to an attorney.
You sent photos of your penis erect? You told the boy you ruined your shorts, meaning you ejaculated while you were talking to him. You asked for explicit pictures of him.
Wow. Ain't nobody teach Crystal Paul's name yet. You supposed to say pause, nigga. Yeah, look out for Chris. So he's a American treasure.
You say the age of consent in Maryland is 16. This boy is 15. You knew this was illegal. And you had multiple chances to not commit this crime, but you did anyway. Which makes me wonder how many times you've gotten away with it before. Do you have CSAM on your phone?
I'm sorry, I'm not answering any questions until I can speak to an attorney.
You talk about being busy in
yes.
training. The boy says his parents will be out of town at a work conference. How long was your drive over here today from your home in Maryland?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not answering any questions until I speak to an attorney.
You talked about taking him out after getting to know him for cheesesteaks. And if it goes well, you say you'll meet the monster at the end of the happy trip.
My question is this. It seems like in every situation, regarding a pedophile, they get to talk to these kids sexually, and then they have these plans with them. Like, we're going to go on dates, we're going to do this, we're going to travel, we're going to... Why you don't do that with an adult, man? You know what I mean? Like, why you want to take a risk with your life like that. Like, that's how you know these people are truly sick, because they don't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even a question of the legality or the consequences for themselves, right? I would say, as a predator, just take everything that you know out of this and just put yourself in them shoes. You don't care about, you don't care about your victim at all. You're only thinking for yourself. They don't even have the wherewithal in themselves to be like, this is illegal. This is a bad idea. They don't. They're just like, we're gonna be outside. We're, you know what I mean? It's like robbing a bank with no mask on for them. They don't care about getting caught. They don't.
Just tell me what you meant by that.
I'm sorry, I'm not answering any questions so I can speak to an attorney.
You feel pretty good about yourself today, huh? Think you were outsmarting everyone? A month and a day you spent chatting with someone who told you they're 15. Not just a cop, but a lieutenant. You sent pictures of yourself in uniform. You sent pictures of yourself from your office at the Metro DC Police Department, lounging on your couch, grooming a child. What should happen to you, Lieutenant?
I'm sorry, sir, I'm not answering any questions so I can speak to an attorney.
I guess you won't be a lieutenant by the end of the day, probably, huh?
Absolutely not.
How many years at Metro PD?
I'm sorry, sir, I'm not answering any questions so I can speak to an attorney.
You think that's going to get you out of this?
I'm sorry.
You think everything's going to be okay now because you don't answer my questions? You tell the boy that one of your fantasies is to have him fall asleep on your chest as he gives you oral sex and as you fondle his genitals and anus. You say this in the chat.
What kind of freaky ass shit is that? There's never been a time in the world where I wanted somebody to give me a hand and fall asleep. First of all, I'm not a pedophile, so take all that pedophile shit. I'm talking about consenting adults, consensual adult sex. If I'm gonna get some head, why the fuck would I want the person that's giving me head to fall asleep? Do that make any sense? I want to fall asleep. If anything, I don't want to fall asleep either. I want to enjoy it. Why the fuck? Well, this type of shit pedophiles be on. They don't even care. It's just about like saying all this shit and then doing all this shit. Like, to them, there is no real human connection at all. It's kind of crazy.
That's okay with you?
I'm sorry, I'm not answering any questions so I can speak to an attorney.
23 years. Lieutenant in Special Ops, escorting the president, dignitaries, heads of state.
Yo, bro, how is this nigga not crying? Like, that's crazy. This dude is so sure that if he don't say nothing on camera, he's gonna be fine. I need to know what his name is because I got a feeling we don't know nothing about this guy. We'll never see him again or hear from him again, but he will continue his behavior. And I guarantee you no jail time. So it's too stoic. How do you not like break down? He's losing so much. 23 years. A decorated. All right.
Of Israel, Ireland, Japan, you say. Organizing the motorcade unit. Should we be worried that a guy who committed a crime like this today, who acted the way you acted today and over the last month, is in charge of something so important? Such a critical security matter? And now you sit there in handcuffs? What do you think should happen to you?
Again, sir, I'm not answering any questions.
And now you sit there in handcuffs?
Hold on. Hold on, Chad. Wait. Come on, look up. Look up. Hanson funny as fuck, bro.
What do you think should happen to you?
Sir, I'm not answering any questions until I can speak to an attorney.
He clearly knows his rights, having read them to several other alleged criminals throughout his career. But I'm still going to press for the details.
You talk about wanting a relationship with the boy, looking for younger guys. I got a lot to lose.
I see.
I'm an adult. You're a child. You sent photos of your penis.
Oh.
Stained shorts.
Oh.
Where you were masturbating looking at his pictures during a
Dick.
conversation with him. You talk about your pull-out couch in your office. You pose on it. You ask for nude photos from him.
So was this guy gonna fuck this nigga at the police station? Was he gonna fuck this kid at the police? Oh. Yeah. That's why I don't got no subscribers. Anyways.
I'm sorry, are those cuffs uncomfortable?
I'm fine.
You're fine. You're a long way from fine. You took a day off today from your job as a lieutenant with Metro PD in Washington, D.C.
I'm sorry, I'm not answering any questions until I can speak to an attorney.
What do you think an attorney is going to tell you about this situation?
I'm not answering any questions until I can speak to an attorney.
Well, Matt, there's something you need to know, and that is I'm Chris Hansen, and I do stories on men who try to sexually exploit vulnerable children. And you, as a 23 member of the Washington, D.C. Metro Police Department, are now the focus of one of those stories. Takedown is what we call the investigations. They air on my streaming crime network, True Blue, and elsewhere. Is there anything you want people to know about your situation and the things you did leading up to it over the last month?
I'm not answering any questions so I can speak to an attorney.
Do you have any sense of the trouble you are in? As a law enforcement officer, as a lieutenant, you must know you're in big trouble.
Yeah, this shit is completely.
I'm not answering any questions so I can speak to an attorney.
Nothing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What are we going to find on your phone, on your computers?
Again, I'm not answering any questions so I can speak to an attorney.
Are you sorry at all about this?
I'm not answering any questions so I can speak to an attorney.
All right, Matt. Lieutenant.
Matt.
The folks here at the Harford County Sheriff's Office are going to take it from here. Nothing else you want to tell me?
I'm not answering any questions so I can speak to an attorney.
All right. Then I guess we're done here.
Masterclass in defense. This guy actually gave his lawyer a lot to work with. I got a feeling there's going to be a plea in this case. I don't know what the chat logs all say. I got a feeling this guy probably got away with all of this. Just based on being held so long, having to talk to Chris Hansen and handcuffed, I feel like that's legal. Once you detain, I'm pretty sure it's the police job to facilitate their duties in an expedition manner. So, due process is supposed to happen quickly. All eligible for a speedy trial and shit. Nowhere in the Constitution do it say also you got to sit down for an hour with Chris Hansen, no matter what. That's illegal. If I get caught by the police doing a crime, they have to take me to jail right away. They don't get to let the owner of the shop. Say I rob a bank. Just imagine I rob a bank, and the police come, and they're like, "You're arrested. You're detained until we figure out who robbed this bank, and then they go to the owner. And the owner is like, "That's who robbed the bank. Let me talk to him. I bet you I'll get him to that minute." That's illegal. You can't do that. Y'all got to take me to jail. Y'all can take a report from the shop owner. Y'all can take a report from me. If I don't want to give a report, I would say I would want to talk to a lawyer and I don't answer questions. You have to stand on that.
Matt, I'm aware of that, of what you were saying. You don't have any desire to talk without your attorney present.
That's right.
I am going to read you a form. I've got to go through the form. You can formally deny at that point if you want to, okay? There's a district court arrest warrant that's already been issued for you. That's in effect. So you're going to be served with that today once we're concluded here. Then at that point, there's going to be an additional charge for actually coming here on top of that. And then we'll go from there.
Okay.
All right. So just give me a moment. I'll get that form. We'll take care of that, and then we'll have you transported.
Got it.
All right.
Not surprisingly, Lieutenant Maul doesn't want to talk to me or Detective Sergeant without an attorney present, but he still has to go through the same procedures as the men before him.
Are we good?
All right. We're cleared. Can you go out this door here?
It's not the first time we've had a member of law enforcement surface in one of our predator investigations. But a lieutenant with special operations in the nation's capital? Someone who's coordinated security for heads of state, the president? 30 days plus he was communicating with someone who told him he was 15 years old, and here he is. And you have to wonder how many times he's done it in the past.
Maul is being charged with felony sexual solicitation of a minor and solicitation of child pornography. I reached out to the Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police Department for comment, and an MP.
You can hear I was likely right about what I said. He probably beat all the
Solicitation of a minor and
And you have to wonder how many times he's done it in the past.
Maul is being charged with felony sexual solicitation of a minor.
Felony sexual solicitation of a minor, which probably could be proven through whatever messages he had. Unfortunately, they went ahead and held him longer than they needed to try to prove it through a vigilante.
And solicitation of child pornography. I reached out to the Washington.
I'm sure he got off with some sort of plea deal. Because did he commit any child pornography? No. Solicitation of child pornography. I got a feeling that guy he may have never even lost his job.
In D.C. Metropolitan Police Department for comment, and an MPD spokesperson issued the following statement. Lieutenant Matthew Maul has been placed on administrative leave and his police powers have been revoked. The allegations in this case are extremely disturbing and in direct contrast to the values of the Metropolitan Police Department. Detective Sergeant posed as a 15-year-old boy for more than a month talking to Lieutenant Matthew Maul. The emotional toll was heavy, but it was...
Didn't I say that in the beginning? How could you do something like this? Not saying, not in the sense, not in the way of, like, how could you, like, apply for this job, but, like, how can you do this job? It's got to take a serious There's toll on you. Done with sickos day in and day out. You want to get King Cobra.
Something that had to be done. He's a lieutenant
Yeah.
at the Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police Department.
Right. For 23 years. So how does something like that doesn't just slip through the cracks? How does that happen? How does somebody make it that far into their career? Promoted multiple times. In charge.
I'll tell you how. It's because somebody definitely knew about this and they wanted him there. Probably just for that. You know what I'm saying?
Charge of supervising other officers.
In charge of dignitary protection.
Right.
Working with the Secret Service. Heads of state, the president of this country.
Yeah. And felt comfortable enough to share all of that information with a 15-year-old boy. I don't know.
God, it raises so many disturbing questions.
It absolutely does. It absolutely does. Yeah. Yep.
Sick.
This was a good grab. 100%.
Sheriff Jeffrey Gahler is appalled and obviously disappointed to see a fellow lawman surface in his sting. What is it like for you to see a guy like this caught in one of your sting operations?
Oh, it's disgusting, and and we're not perfect. We've had people with our own agency do terrible things, and it just gives a bad image for the men and women who are out there. Nearly 1 million men and women every day who suit up, who go out and serve our communities faithfully and loyally, living up to their oath of office. And one person doing something so horrific like this just stains the profession.
WatchTrueBlue.com is home to the full library of Takedown with Chris Hansen true crime documentaries and...
Anyways, y'all, that's some nasty ass shit, ain't it? And just think about how that implements the rest of our government. I mean, we already know for sure our own president, commander-in-chief, is on what's called the Epstein list. And we know what kind of guy Epstein was. We know how Epstein liked to fuck around. And it's all disgusting. So, leave a comment, good or bad. What do you think about this? You think, do you think we should, can't say that. Just tell me what you think about the situation. Leave a comment, hype this video, like and subscribe. Thank you. Goodbye.